Hey, how's it going? I have not made a video in a very long time for this channel. So I wanted to do a video. I finally have something that I can post about, and that is a new unboxing video for my new gun. So for those of you who've watched my previous videos, I've done a few of them on this guy, unloaded. This is the Taurus. I'm not going to talk about it, but this is the gun that I've had for about 3 years now, and pretty much been carrying it almost daily, especially with all the recent crazy stuff happening. You know, it's easy to carry, but let's face it, it's a revolver. It's not the ideal everyday carry gun. So I finally brought myself to purchase, to advance into the 20th century, right? So I'm like really high tech now. So I wanted to do an unboxing on the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield 9mm. So I'm going to adjust the camera and then we'll take a look at it. All right, so here it is, and it comes in this box. And the cool thing about living in Texas is I walked into Academy Sports yesterday and I walked out half an hour later with this pistol. And most of that half an hour was actually spent just kind of chit-chatting with the clerk there. So let's take a look at what's inside the box. Now, actually, when I got the box, there was another piece of cardboard here, actually right here, that kind of covers the corner, and I tore it out. But what comes in the box is the gun wrapped in plastic. I got, obviously, the owner's manual, and there's a warranty card, which I will fill out and send in. Just the background check paperwork that we stuck in there, an extra mag, which we'll talk about in a second. My receipt, it does come with a lock. And then this part was, this part here was stuffed into the chamber. So let's take a look at the gun. All right, so it comes wrapped in this plastic. It's not the fanciest packaging, but it's also not the fanciest gun. So here is the shield. This is a Smith & Wesson M&P Shield. And I chose this gun, I own several firearms, but believe it or not, this is the first real caliber, meaning above 22, semi-automatic pistol that I've purchased. So I've been shooting since I was 12 years old, and I always have shot revolvers. And I've shot a few semi-automatics, but I've mostly been into rifles and shotguns. So, but like I said, I wanted a good everyday carry gun. I watched a ton of videos, I've done a lot of research, talked to a bunch of people, and this was one of the top 3. Obviously the Glock 43 was way up there on the list, same size, basically, very competitive. The Sig Sauer P365, that was a very good one. That one's actually higher capacity than this, and there was a couple others, but those are really the top 2 I was comparing it. This one was significantly cheaper. This one I purchased for $329 at Academy Sports. Now this one is not the 2.0. This is the original version that they've had for a few years now. The 2.0 has a couple of tiny little upgrades. I know some additional serration here. Oh, let me just, I know everybody on YouTube has to do this and show you that it's not loaded. I don't know if you can see that. Hard angle, but there's no bullets in there. So yeah, this one I chose because honestly the price was very attractive, $329. This was the original one, it's not the 2.0, but what I like about it is it does have an optional thumb safety, right? So just click it up and the trigger does not move. But it's nice to know that for a striker fire pistol, to have that additional thumb safety is a good option, especially if my wife is gonna use this, or people who are not quite so used to shooting semi-automatic pistols. It's good to have that. I actually just saw a Facebook post today of why you shouldn't carry safety-less striker fire pistols in a leather holster, and it was a picture of a guy with the gun in a leather holster, and somehow the leather buckled up and caught the inside of the trigger here, and then when he holstered it, it went off and shot him through the buttocks, which was very painful. So having that additional safety, it does obviously create an additional step when you pull it out. You have to take the safety off. Well, so that is the M&P shield. It's a 9mm. This one's a 9mm. I opted for the 9 instead of the 40 because it's just a little easier to manage, less recoil, and it's very, very popular. Although right now it's so popular that it's hard to find ammo at most of the big stores. It comes with an 8-shot magazine and a 7-shot magazine. The 8-shot I prefer, obviously because of the additional round, but also I have relatively large hands. I'm 6'2", almost 6'3", and so as you can see with the 8-shot there, it's very, very comfortable. In terms of the width of the gun, I won't point it at myself, but I'll let you see. It's nice and slim. You can see it's significantly more narrow than the round cylinder of even this little 5-shot Taurus, which means that it's going to be easier to carry, right? The Taurus it's a very comfortable gun to carry, but the width of the cylinder here, obviously this is only a 5-shot, and this is a 8+1, so 9. If I'm using that magazine, or 7+1 is 8 with this one. So it's significantly more thin, the profile, right? So it'd be easier to carry, again, than this bulky cylinder. Lengthwise, it's actually a little bit longer. It's a little bit longer than the Taurus. Actually, it's barely longer if I actually look at because the revolver has this curved frame. It's not too much longer, but it's a little bit bigger, I'd say, overall, and then in terms of side-by-side comparison, it's about the same size. So I haven't got a holster for it yet, so I'll do another video about the inside waistband holster and probably outside waistband as well, similar to what I did on the Taurus when I got it. But anyway, that's basically the gun. I don't want to make this a really long video. These are tried and true guns. There's a ton of videos on YouTube where you can see them being shot and fired, and they're accurate. They've got really good sight picture right there, right? Nice 3-dot sight. I think it's a 3.5-inch barrel. I could be wrong about that, and I'm sure I'll be corrected. It's got the 2-stage trigger here. I think that's what they call it, where it's got a break in the middle for safety. Again, it does have the additional thumb safety on the side. Magazine release is really easy to access. I think this will be a really good, fun gun to shoot. It's very comfortable. Yeah, so that's the shield. I will do further videos on it as I shoot it and as I get accessories for it, but I'm excited to finally have a real caliber semi-automatic pistol. Hopefully the first of many to come. Thanks for watching.